Isaiah 26:3. You will keep in perfect peace all who trust in you, all whose thoughts are fixed on you. Isaiah 26:3. You will keep in perfect peace all who trust in you, all whose thoughts are fixed on you. See, this is just saying, when you have your trust and everything focused on God, the peace will come. His comfort will come, his protection, everything will be upon you, because he'll be looking out for you. But you got to have your eyes fixed on God wholeheartedly. You got to have your eyes fixed on him. No matter what's going on in this world, you got to be able to trust him full-heartedly, wholeheartedly, and he will bless you, he will protect you, he will guide you. And see, sometimes our eyes are fixed on so many different things in this world. We ain't solely focused on God. We're just kind of like a little bit everywhere. We're kind of like in limbo. Sometimes we good, sometimes we're not. We just live in a broken world with so many distractions, so many things that lead us away from God. And I understand that it's hard in this day and age. You got social media, you got all these different factors that's going on around you. So it's so hard for you to just stay focused on God and know that you got to be there wholeheartedly focused on him, and and trust in him. A lot of people have trust issues. A lot of people have trust issues. They have issues to even trust God with their issues, right? See, but it's saying, trust God and have your eyes fixed on him, all your thoughts and everything fixed on God, and he will provide, he will come through. But see, we got to be able to do our part and be focused on him. Anonymous. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. See, this is pretty much just being on the lookout and being aware of the opportunities that come your way. Instead of waiting for the perfect opportunity, the perfect moment to do these things, you take every moment and you try to make it perfect. See, you'll get a lot more done, a lot more accomplished doing it in this regard compared to trying to do it by just playing the waiting game. Because you can play the waiting game, maybe you get lucky, maybe you get it done right away, maybe so. Or you continue to move on, you continue all these different things, and it doesn't do anything, right? It doesn't do anything. So that's why it's saying, don't wait for the perfect moment. No. Take every moment and make it perfect. See, when you start to do that, then when that perfect moment comes and the perfect opportunity comes, you've already know how to finesse the whole thing and make it even better. So you can make that perfect moment and really run with it and really use it to your advantage and really do something big and impactful. So take every moment, make it perfect. Don't just play the waiting game, because some people may get lucky. Waiting game ain't that long. Others, that waiting game's gonna be taking forever. So the biggest thing that you could do, don't wait. Be proactive. Do what you gotta do. Take every opportunity, moment, every chance that you get, and make it perfect. Make it to the best of your ability and take it to the next level. That's really the only thing that you can do if you want to really get ahead. Just like I said in the other quote, you want to get ahead. Oprah Winfrey. It doesn't matter who you are, where you came from. The ability to triumph begins with you. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. The ability to triumph begins with you. See, a lot of people think only certain people are able to overcome certain obstacles or big obstacles or whatever it is. But literally it's saying it doesn't matter. Everyone has the ability to overcome, to triumph. And that begins with you. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. See, a lot of us, we get the misconception that only certain people, especially if you grew up in a harder life, right, would you be able to do anything like that. But it's not saying that. It's saying, hey, like, what you're doing, where you come from, who you are, it doesn't matter, because you could triumph, you could overcome, you could do these great amazing things, and you could do them to perfection, right? So that's what it's saying. So don't worry. Don't worry. A lot of us are worrying way too much, and we shouldn't. We should just know that we have the ability to overcome, especially when we rely truly on God, that we could definitely overcome anything. But see, a lot of us, we're always a little too worried about that. We're thinking that maybe we can't overcome, we can't triumph the way that we want to triumph, or any of these different things. And that's just you not believing in yourself enough. You need to be able to believe in your abilities and the abilities that God's given you and everything that you have been blessed with, and know that you could overcome anything. But you also got to just trust in God. It's not going to come from just your own understanding, your own ability. No, it's going to come from God. Charlotte Bronte. I tried to avoid looking forward and backward and try to keep looking upward. Let me go ahead and say that again. I try to avoid looking forward and backward, and I try to keep looking upward. See, a lot of us were so focused on what we want the future to look like, what we want to happen in the future. Some of us are so focused on looking back and complaining about the past and worrying about the past. But what it's saying here, what she's saying here is try to keep looking upward, right? Just let it be in God's hands. Pray, be like, God, whatever it is, whatever you have planned, I trust you. Whether it's exactly what I thought was going to happen, what I wanted to happen, or whatever, maybe so, maybe not, but I'm going to trust you wholeheartedly and know that you are going to get me to that next thing that I need to get to. And my trust is in you, my faith is in you, my thoughts, everything is all on you, God. See, that's what it's saying. It said, no, don't worry about what's going to happen in the future. Don't worry about what happened in the past. Just focus on looking upward. And know that no matter what happens, it's going to be okay. You are in good hands. Everything is going to happen for a reason. You're going to get to the place that you need to be at, and don't you worry. Don't you worry. See, that's what it's saying. So many of us are so worried about the future. We're so worried about the past. We're worried about the now. It's saying, nah, don't worry about any of that. Look upward and keep looking upward. And know that you're in good hands. Know that everything's going to be okay. Maybe not the way that you thought it would be, but it is going to be okay. Mary Tyler Moore. You can't be brave if you only had wonderful things happen to you. Let me go ahead and say that again. You can't be brave if you've only had wonderful things happen to you. What is it saying? It's saying that if you're sheltered, if you've lived kind of like an easy life, when certain things are now presented to you, you're now presented with these certain situations, that courage, that bravery, all of that may not be there because you do not know how to be brave. You do not know how to use the courage that God's given you because you've never been presented with it. You've been in a safe space. You've been in this protective environment. So when push comes to shove, you don't know how to handle it. You don't know how to go forward. You don't know how to navigate your way around it because you don't got the courage or the bravery or any of that to be able to do the great and amazing things that God has given you. See, and I understand that. See, that's why it's saying, you need to be able to kind of go through these certain things. That way, when you are presented with them later on in life, especially when you may have success or whatever, you know how to handle it in a lot better way. Because if you don't, and then you get there, you're probably gonna fail, and you're gonna probably fail very, very bad. And that's why I'm saying, you can't be brave if you only had wonderful things happen to you. You can't. And I'm not saying that try to make terrible things happen to you, but it's just saying, don't be afraid to try new things, to try to be able to get in that sphere or those spaces where you will be presented with some challenges. Secret of Getting Ahead is Getting Started by Mark Twain. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. See, in a lot of these motivational videos you see from me, it's talking about procrastination. Like, for a lot of us, we put it off because that's just normal. Just a lot of people do that. But it's saying the secret of getting ahead is actually getting started, because most people don't actually get started. They just keep making excuses. They keep doing all these different things, right? And it's crazy. See, but that's what it's saying is, you know, you want to make an impact. You want to do these great, amazing things. You want to take your business to the next level. You want to make your thoughts become reality, but you got to get started in order to get ahead, because most people are in the same boat. They ain't getting started yet. They're putting it off. They're just holding back. They ain't ready to take that dive, that leap of faith yet. So when they don't do that, then what do you do at that point? You're just like everybody else. You ain't ready to make it to that next level. You're not ready to do what is necessary to do to get ahead. And that's all, the simple thing. Get started. It doesn't matter how quick you get to the destination or to the goals that you want to reach. The fact that you started is the part that is the most important part, because that is going to be the part that skyrockets you to where you need to be, to where you want to be, to what you're destined to be. But you got to get started. You can't just continue to not do these things.